Sunrise, sunrise, looks like morning's in your...
This is the Rolonda Show, and the question is, if you had a great idea, a job that you really, really wanted, you stepped in an elevator, and the person who can make all of those dreams come true was standing right there. You have a matter of minutes, just a short time. What do you say? What's your pitch? How can you land that deal? Joyce Schwarz says it's called an elevator pitch, and you gotta have it together to get a job. Joyce, thanks again for being with us.
Thanks a lot.
Now, we were just talking about having that pitch, saying something that makes you memorable, finding something in common with the person, and having a call for action. But how do you know what is the right career for you?
Well, that's a big question. We spend more than half of our time at our careers, maybe even more now if we work at home.
Well, that's true, and a lot of us do want to work at home. In fact, a lot of people are saying, enough with the office, enough with the politics, enough with the stress, enough with the travel. I want to be home and work from my own home office. So how do you decide what you're going to do from your home office?
Well, that's another way of looking at it. But if we look at, just look at jobs here and look at careers, I'm going to tell you something that you probably know already, and I can tell from your background you do. There is no just one right job or career.
You better believe it. See, I believe that God gives you a whole bunch of gifts, and your job here is to give the gifts back to God.
So true. And, if you don't, you're not sharing.
That's right. And you're not living to your full potential. And there's so many things that people, like people I hear sometimes in the elevators who have a quirky voice. And I think, you know how much money you could make doing voiceovers?
But you ever say that to them?
Yeah.
Good.
And I tell them, I say, all you've got to do is get into a voiceover workshop and know the skills that it takes to do that job, and you could have a whole career.
See, but most people don't know what's the next step. How do you do it?
Right.
And you gave them something specific here, and I think that that's an important part of knowing where you want to go and then knowing how to get there. I explain it's a little bit like, we spend more time planning our summer vacation than we do our careers.
You better believe it. It's almost like a career happens, and we've happened to stumble upon one, or we happen to get a job that just out of the blue somebody calls us. But how much planning do we actually do for a career of our choice? I think we just leave it up to the universe.
Well, unfortunately, many of us do, and some of us plan, and then, unfortunately, things come in, family problems or
That's
some
right.
crises or whatever, and then suddenly you're stuck at a job. And I don't know if you knew that about 50% of the people are very dissatisfied with their jobs. About 25% of them only show up to get the paycheck.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying, I hate even getting up in the morning and have to see the folks again. But that's even more of a reason why you should have a plan and believe to it and believe in it and stick to it. We're talking today with Joyce Schwarz on the Rolonda Show, and Joyce is a career coach who's helping us find the job that is perfect for us, and then how do you pitch it once you get it? Get the idea, at least. Give us a call at 1-877-7-ROW-SHOW if you have some questions about your own career. That number, 1-877-776-7469. And maybe Joyce can give us some direction. There are a lot of women who are owning their own small businesses. And some of these businesses can be started with a little bit of money and can be started at home. What are those businesses, Joyce?
Well, I think one of the first one that comes to mind, let me give you, I just looked up some stats here. 9.1 million women-owned businesses. And the good news is that gives jobs for 27.5 million people.
Wow, that's great.
So isn't that cool? In addition to
that's paying forward.
Having the freedom of your business, you're also helping out your community, your friends, your colleagues, whatever.
That's right.
So you're contributing to our gross national product.
That's right. And to your family when you don't have to deal with the stress in the office politics.
Right, but you still got to deal with stress. I hate to tell you that.
Oh, so just because I own my own business, stress doesn't go away?
No, but the thing is that, you know what?
I was being facetious.
You got a good boss.
Right. You got a good boss, but the stress is still on. You still got to succeed, right?
And it's up to you what, you may work 10, 12 hours, but it's up to you when those hours are done. They may be done before the kids go to school. maybe done after the kids go to school, or what?
Get like what? What are some great home businesses?
One of the things I love to get started, and that's the other thing, is you don't have to leave the day job to start a new business. You can start it at night, and or on weekends, and that's what's totally cool. There are a number of women kind of pooling their resources and starting little businesses on the side. Of course, there's always been the traditional MLM, the marketing things like Avon, or like selling hot pans and all those, which are good. But it's kind of good to have a little equity in it so that you can actually see that you have something to sell. So there's what the big guys and gals call the exit strategy at the end. You've got something that you can actually sell in terms of your own business.
Like what? Help me with this.
Well, let's just start with something that's very easy, anybody can do, is you can start your own eBay business. Now, I do eBay. I did it once to clean out my closet.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you really make money?
I do.
Was it worth all that?
Oh, it sure is. I'll tell you, I just set it up. I've made enough money to buy a new car in the last 3 years.
You are kidding.
I didn't say it's going to be a $1 million car.
Right.
But I'll say it's one of those cars that's not a starter car.
Well, how do you get set up on eBay? I guess they do that online, huh?
They will do it online. They will have a trading assistant for you, but the same kind of thing that you were telling people there is that there are classes at your local junior colleges or at high schools on how to do eBay.
Wow.
There's classes online. You can actually buy one of those DVDs on how to get started, or go ahead and get a book from the library. There's a dummies guide on how to do eBay.
Wow. All of us who are concerned about clutter in our closets and all of those things, it's always wonderful to take them down to the Salvation Army or Goodwill or something and get the tax deduction. But there is another step other than selling them on the street, in one of those garage or yard sales.
A flea market or something.
A flea market.
Yeah.
But you're saying eBay, you can make more money doing that.
It can be something you handcraft. We're talking about all this high-tech stuff, and the guy next to my brother lives back in Cleveland, and the guy next to him is making handcrafted pool tables and pool cues. I think that's what they call those things. And now, he can only ship the pool tables in the nearby area.
Right, but right now,
cues, he will make you one that matches your club, that matches the Red Sox, that matches whatever you want. And I'll tell you, those things he's getting $300-400 for them.
That is fantastic. Not to mention if he went to a convention, or sold to a store.
Oh, right. Absolutely.
I have a friend, and this was interesting. He quit his job after he became successful making, are you ready for this? Baby booties.
My heavens.
He started a booty business.
See, now this is very important, because I think that people forget that the idea of handcrafted or of wearables or something like that that's special is still very important. Everybody thinks high-tech, science.
But you know what's so funny is that he sells the baby booties, and he puts them in a little, how the Chinese food you take home?
Oh, what do you call those? Little Chinese cartons.
Yeah, the Chinese take-home food cartons. And he puts them in there, and he does everything like the camouflage or something really. I mean, they're just the sassiest little baby booties. And you can't just have one pair. So they end up getting like 5 pair from him, and then everybody who is pregnant knows 10 other people who are pregnant, and he just, every pregnant woman, his business takes off.
Well,
and he quit his job.
I was just thinking that's a great way to decorate a table for a shower, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what he did was he found something that was different, that nobody was doing it. He packaged it differently. And the packaging is sometimes, as we all know from buying a new product, the packaging is just as important as what you do.
Sunrise, sunrise, looks like morning's in your eyes. But the clock's held 9:15 for hours. Sunrise, sunrise, couldn't tempt us if it tried. 'Cause the afternoon's already coming